Hey, shh. Calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the radio. Turn it up. Turn it up low. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Yeah! Let's go Monday! What's going on, all you scallywags, nutmeggers, conversationalists, young, old, in between, and my favorite people in the world, you haters. Nah, I love you. You're the best people ever. Love you haters. They come in all shapes and sizes. You motivate me. It's Reese on the radio on WTIC News Talk 1080. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I had a great weekend. Went to go see went to a softball game, or at least the ending of a softball game. That was fun. Went out to go see Reggae Don. As you guys know, I call him Reggae Don here. I watched him perform. I got it on tape. He was singing some song about an African mailman. I've never heard the song before, but the band plays beautifully. It's a great band that Reggae Don has. So I went to go check him out in Bloomfield. And then I went to fight voter fraud on Saturday. And you probably have seen the video. Myself and Gino were there. Adam 12 was there. My wife was there. And a bunch of people who are supporting fight voter fraud at that. And Linda Sinkowitz, thank you for having me there and allowing me to speak. John Bolton was there. And it was good. It was a great weekend. We had a lot of fun. Went to church. Also want to give a huge, big, giant shout-out to Tim Restall over at the Yard Goats, who got me my Negro League jerseys with radio and my favorite number 14 because it's my birthday. And people say, it was like, why is it your favorite number? Simple. I was born on that day. Everybody's favorite number should be their birth date. Why shouldn't it be? It just makes sense. So I want to, you can say wrong all you want, Roland, but I'm on solid ground on this one. Unless, of course, you're a betting man and you bet on the same number and you win on those things. That's probably why. Because you have a number that you bet on. What is it, 35 black?
23.
23, I knew it. Is it 23 black or just 23?
23 red.
Oh, 23 red. Oh, please tell me it's Jordan's number.
Yes.
Oh, get out of here.
Jordan and LeBron, my two favorite players.
I'm done with you. Never mind. You know what?
The two greatest basketball players ever to breathe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my fault. I should have never brought it up. I'm disgusted with myself.
Yeah, 14. Come on, man.
It's the day of my birth. Be quiet. I'm not even done with you. I'll deal with you later on in the show. Mess. God bless you, Roland. I want to do this now because this is important, and it's because of all of the news that happened this weekend. Gino's here in the house. Adam is here in the house. And I got to give it to both of these guys, which I will continue to do for as long as I do this, and if not beyond. It's one thing when you have a vision and people say to you, that's a great idea. It's another thing when you have a vision and without having to ask, not even request, those individuals go to the ends of the earth to make it happen and then fight with you about giving them credit for it. Because that's what Gino and Adam do every day for me. They refuse to take, no, this is a team effort. They don't want any credit, nothing. They know what the cause is. And they will fight for that cause to be, I will say, realized in this case. What am I talking about? For those of you who have been missing and you're not on social media, that's fine. About a week or two ago, people were blasting me on social media and my personal, text message and said, Reese, can you believe this? You got to talk about this on Monday. Connecticut isn't going down for the Great American State Fair in Washington, D.C. We have a booth, and we are not going to be represented. And I went, so what are they going to do? Well, I started looking it up immediately, and I found out that Washington was just going to give a booth with a placard, with a big giant, boards or whatever. It would just have our state with 2 chairs. It was going to be empty, but it would be open. You could walk by, maybe take a picture of it. But I was under the impression that Washington was going to staff it with stuff that would sort of represent the state. But no, they kept it open. Just kind of vanilla. And then someone posted a picture of it online, and I kept looking, and I'm going, there's no way this is real. It isn't. And then it got confirmed that it was. And I can hear all the people. I saw all of you screaming and hollering, talking about how horrible this was, and blaming the governor and blaming other representatives and the left and angry at Trump and Trump derangement system. I heard all of that. And the first thing I said, I looked at Roseanne and I said, you want to go to D.C.? And she said, you want to go to D.C.? Why? And I showed it to her. And she said, let's go. And that's what started this mission. Let's go. I immediately mocked up a poster of me standing there saying, we can always go represent ourselves. And all of a sudden, everybody completely switched gears. He's right. Who says that we can't? And they all started messaging me. What can we do? How should we do it? I would love this idea. Sent a message to Vin Candelora. Sent a message to Rob Sampson. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. We need to get in touch with some people. I don't know who to contact because I got no friends. Not down there in Washington. I don't make friends like that. But sure enough, Gino knew somebody. Adam, you know him. He is crazy. He'll jump out a window to try to contact people. He'll call people raw. He'll get your home number and call you and say, hey, this is Adam. Yeah, I'm calling for Reese on the radio. Who? Yeah, we just want to get you on the show. I've never heard of the guy, but you should be on the show. That's on Sunday. He will do it any day of the week because they believe in the mission. And for me, the mission was this. So I got to explain this. Yes, congratulations. We're happy that the folks down at Freedom 250 said, Reese, you want to come down and broadcast live? Do it. We love this story. Nobody has covered it. We haven't asked for any press. Just recently, I posted something to let Fox News know that we're going because everybody thinks Connecticut isn't coming. We are. And we want to let them know that we're coming. And we are happy to do it on my own dime. I know some people want to make some contributions. Some people have. If you'd like to, we'll get to that. But I got to tell you why I did it. I got to tell you why I thought to do this on my own dime. Why I want to do this and why you are responsible. You. All of you. I lived in Connecticut in 2004. You know my story. I got here in 2004. It was my first real radio gig. It was my first real radio paycheck where I was paid to be a radio host. And I was here from March of 2004 until January of 2005. And my entire experience here was I fell in love with Connecticut. You had stayed above me, and I was in love. I came back here in 2005, was on our sister station, and I played you the audio. When I was on our Hot 93.7, I said to them, when they asked me to come back up here, I fell in love with Connecticut the moment I stepped on the ground. Why? Because you were so welcoming. My relationships, my friendships were lasting for 20 years. I can call up Chris B. and say, hey, what's going on, buddy? Hey, you in town? Let's go somewhere. Connecticut has always been that for me. The people who are here. And then I get the opportunity to start filling in on the program here. First, I've been doing weekly segments with Todd Feinberg. Then I'm filling in for Pastor Will and Tom Shattuck, even Brian Shackman and Todd Feinberg, the guy who brought me here. And what did you folks do? You immediately welcome me. That guy Reese on the radio is great. That guy Reese on the radio is funny. That guy Reese on the radio is quite handsome. I'm kidding. I'm picking about the last one. But you all said, get that guy on the station. You did. I didn't even ask. I said, hopefully it'll happen. We waited for a whole year as we filled in for Todd Feinberg before we were actually given the opportunity to be here on the show. You guys said, I can't wait till you're here. You showed us love. And then after the contract was signed, we left our home in Texas and came to Connecticut enthusiastically. And when we got here, when we hit the ground, we didn't have to hit the ground running because you caught us when we hit the ground. All of you. You told us that we were a part of this family. You are Connecticut now. Even the people who disagreed with me, as I mentioned, Reggae Don, one of the people who often on here, hey, even Tim from Hampton, allegedly, has always come back to this show because as much as they disagree with me, they feel like I'm one of their own. You did that. I go back to what we were experiencing a couple of weeks ago, if not just this past week, with all of the people who came to the United States for the World Cup. And what did we see on video? People talking about the United States in a way that you have never heard it before. And you felt so prideful. You felt so fantastic about people coming from other places talking about how great you were, how fantastic you were to them. Folks, I and Roseanne have felt that way every day we've been here. When you tell us to come out to do something, we go. We'll tell you, we got nothing to do this weekend. Hey, Reese, come to Lyman Orchards. We're there. Hey, come to the softball field and play. We're there. We ask you guys, where's your favorite ice cream? Where's your favorite burger? Where's your favorite museum? Where's your favorite, hiking trail? You tell us. What businesses do you own? What are you doing now? I want to go to factories here. People have been calling up. You've welcomed us. You are the reason why we're going to D.C. We're not even from here. And we felt it was unfair that no one was going down to show you love. So as a gift to you, Roseanne and I decided we were going to go down there and do for you what you did for us. That's why we're going. Roseanne and I have had roads that have been rough, bumpy, turbulent. A lot of you know those stories because we share them right here on these airwaves. We bore our soul to you, or how do you say bear, bored? Yeah, we've given our souls to this state. We don't tell you about things. We don't give you our opinions without something that we're willing to share. We've never asked you to do anything that we haven't done ourselves or are not willing to do ourselves. We represent you. We fight for you. We show up at press conferences for you. We talk to the people who are in power for you because you are important to us. You've made us feel like we are at home. And that's the way we feel. So we're going to D.C. as nutmeggers. Not from a wife from San Antonio or a guy from Hollis, Queens. I'm going to Connecticut as a man from Connecticut, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I live in this state. I breathe this state. I care about this state. I care about what happens to it. I am home. I need you to know that. This isn't about partisanship. I told people that I had phone calls this weekend. I don't give a damn about making this about Donald Trump. I don't give a damn about making this about the Democrats. I don't want any of that. My pinnacle here, my paramount on this trip is for somebody to walk up to that booth, see myself and Roseanne, and say, you know what, Reese? I am not a right-wing guy or a left-wing guy, or I'm a left-wing guy, or I'm not. They walk up and they say, thank you for doing this for Connecticut. Thank you for letting the world know that Connecticut is her people. Young, old, left, right. Connecticut is the people. I love you because of what you've done for us. I hope that I get to represent you proudly and well. This isn't a gimmick. This isn't a joke. We don't even care about the press. This isn't about me. This is about you. It will always be about you. This microphone and my use of it is always about you. Please know that. And if you don't believe me, just give me an opportunity to prove it, if I haven't already. This is going to be really, really big and a lot of fun. But it is only because we are representing you in everything that you are. I was telling a gentleman who just showed up here a little while ago, I said to him, when we go down there, the only thing we want to tell folks from other states when they walk by is, have you ever been to the orchards? Have you ever hiked in Connecticut? Have you ever seen some of the pizza places that are in Connecticut, the restaurants? Have you been to this town? Have you been to that town? I want people to know about Connecticut in a way that you talk about it when we ask the question, where's a good hiking trail? Who's a place that sells bicycles? Who's got the best gelato? Where's the best concert arena? Where's the best place to go see a band play? You guys can complain all day about this great state, and you do, with fervor. But the minute that I ask you, as an outsider, as somebody new, the minute that I ask you about going someplace or finding something, these phone lines light up. And the amount of love that you have for this state shows when you get on these phone lines and says, Reese, you think that place is great? You need to check out this. So I know deep down you love this state. I know it. You can't resist the opportunity to tell me something fantastic about it. So why not take that to D.C.? As your ambassador, that's what I want to bring. All of you down there to tell D.C. Connecticut's people love its state, and you should come and visit. They have so many places for you to see, and they won't stop telling you where to go. That's all this is about. I want Fox News to know that. I want CNN to know that. I want Newsmax to know that. This is about nothing other than representing Connecticut. It ain't about me. Don't even care if you don't feature me. Just feature Connecticut, because that's the star of this show. With that, we'll take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views. If you want to call up and you want to tell me, and we'd love it, tell me why you think America is great, or better yet, why Connecticut is great. 860-522-WTIC, 860-522-9842. It's Reese on the radio.
Fan of WTIC? Then do us a favor. Download the free Odyssey app and favorite WTIC.
Can't hear myself. There we go. Okay, some odd reason I couldn't hear me. We're back. Reese on the radio, NewsTalk 1080 WTIC. A lot of comments about the trip going down there, and I thank all of you for saying that. Priscilla, who said that you are a breath of fresh air for us. I remember the first time anybody ever told me that. When I used to work in Boston, somebody said, it's like, you are such a breath of fresh air. And I'd never heard that expression before. I guess it's a New England thing, but it's very nice to say to me. I appreciate that. Michael B. in the house, and Robert, thank you, Robert, says, listeners know it, but I wish the rest of the state would acknowledge that we have a supreme warrior behind that microphone. Thank you, sir. So when I was growing up in Queens, and if I still lived in New York, it would be weird for me not to represent New York. If this were in New York and no one was going, I would have come up with this idea anyway. So that's like neither here nor there. I think that people really represent where they live. And how the place that they live has impacted them, positively or negatively. And I know a lot of people here often moan about whatever the case may be. I even know that from some politicians here, or even some news folks, who really have this feeling about the state that has sort of become tired. Like tired of. And they approach their day here sort of like, yeah, I'm in Connecticut. What more am I going to do? And then I have to come in and say, all right, you guys got to get out of that. You're Connecticut. And people will say to me, it's like, Reese, what do you know? Here's what I know. I know you love where you live. You wouldn't live there if you hate it. Otherwise, you'd be like everybody else who left, right? Some people just have to go, and they leave, right? They don't have anything tied to the place. They go, got to go, get out, done. But here's the interesting part, and you know it, and I know it. Many of those people who have left still listen to this very station. Why is that? Their local politics, wherever they live, should be the most important thing to them. But yet, for some odd reason, on the Odyssey app, here they are on WTIC. listening to my show, listening to Brian's show. They cannot help themselves. What's going on in Connecticut? And they listen to this network religiously. Why? Because it's a part of them. It is in their soul. And I get it. I don't mock it. Don't get me wrong. I do not mock it. I get it. It means something. Right? When you listen to what's going on in Connecticut, oh, that Lamont, or oh, that, whatever the case may be. Some of the folks who are right here on the show, some of them you have attachments to, like Mark in West Hartford, Sam the Man, Adam 12 here, the Waterbury Times, Mike Ortiz, Eddie Torres. Every one of those people here, you may have moved on, but you have a connection with them. You're checking out what's going on back at home. You're invested. So I know that. That's why I tell people, I can tell you what I think all day. I'm here to tell you what I know. The human condition is you're always attached to home until you no longer are. Now, I don't check out Hollis, Queens anymore. I'll be honest with you. Everything that was about Hollis, Queens is gone. LL Cool J moved out. Run DMC has moved out. And the place, with all due respect, kind of looks like New Delhi. It just is. It's what happens. People move out. People move in. You thought about white flight? Hollis, Queens, black flight. They all moved down to Virginia. I was one of the last. Now, Indian, Pakistani homes everywhere. Some people have stayed, but the neighborhood isn't. I've got no investment in that anymore. The politics have changed. The demographics have changed. There's nothing for me to relate to. But Connecticut, for some odd reason, people are still checking it out. So what I want, if I could have an ask from any of you, and we're working on this in an office and whatnot, so if there's somebody who could help us in a very small and meaningful way, because I don't like, Adam and I were talking about this the other day. I don't want anybody giving me money. Money's tough. You can donate, and I know some people have been would want to donate and all that stuff. Here's the only thing that we're asking for. We don't have to worry about lodging, so don't worry about that. We're good. We have two very good friends down there. Like I said, our AA family is in Virginia. When they heard we were coming, they were like, we're getting the rooms ready for you. So we have a place to stay. We're spending our own money on food, so we don't have to worry about that. The only thing about this is we don't want to take our car because our car is roughly about 92,000 miles on it. It's still good, still a nice car. But I don't want to be driving that car all the way down there and coming all the way back. So we are trying to get a rental car. So if there's anything that anybody can help with, is probably fuel and a rental car company that will help us out. If they would donate that, we'll pay for the insurance. But that's the only thing that we're asking for is a donation. Now, I don't think we're going to get that, and we just may have to take it as a loss, and we'll just spend the money and we'll drive our car. But that's the only thing I can ask people to say, if you know someone who can donate that, we'd be happy to accept that. And we're only going down. We're leaving Thursday night, staying, of course, to broadcast on Friday, and we're going to broadcast on Saturday, and then we're going to leave on Sunday. Now, when we leave on Sunday, we are not certain, and I'll explain to you why, because both of us, Roseanne and I, have what's called a home group down in Virginia that's on Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and I know Roseanne would be angry at me if she didn't get to go there to her meeting. So we may leave later on that night. If not, we're still coming home on Sunday. And that's all we're doing here. We have not asked anyone for anything. We know that everyone has called us and said, can we be a part of it? Can we bring this? Can we bring that? Let me tell you, bring whatever you want. You got wiffle ball bats to bring, Pez, they want to bring all it. Bring it. Remember, you're going to be standing there as people walk through Connecticut, shaking hands with folks and telling them about your state. That's what you are. You are a brand ambassador for Connecticut. You don't need my permission, and you don't need my permission to come. I guess that's the best way I can put it. You don't need my permission. We want you to come down there. The more, the merrier. Again, no matter what political aisle you're on, you cannot like this show and still go down and say, well, I want to represent Connecticut too. Of course you can. I told Ben Proto last week when he said, you know, Reese, there are some other radio stations that want to come down there as well. I called them, Ben. Called Lee Elsie immediately after. I said, dude, you want to come down? Let's do this. Gary Byron, I don't care who it is. Vinnie Penn, let's go. This isn't a separate competition thing. I'm trying to get down there before. No, I want all of Connecticut represented. Everybody. This is a joint effort. Everybody come down. Imagine the story. I mean, just hear me out here. Again, I worked at PR. I spoke to I sent a text message to my good friend Angelo Ellerby, former boss, and guy who's a public relations guy extraordinaire. He is now currently at Clive Davis's funeral, funeral or wake that's happening, I think, in Los Angeles. But he's there live. But he texted me real quick. If there's anything that he taught me is that if there's an opportunity to promote something, you do the best that you can to bring the right intention into it. Don't make it about you. Make it about the story. People care about the story. We used to have a saying in his office. You not only have to have a story to tell, you have to have a story to sell. Sells newspapers, sells magazines, sells airtime. It sells. People watch it, people view it, people read it because it tells and it sells. They're like, it's so interesting. I've got to buy the newspaper to read this story because I'm so invested into it. And this couldn't be a better story. If you will indulge me, let me lay it out for you. Leaders in Connecticut decided not to take part in the Great American State Fair. So the citizens of Connecticut banded together, not out of spite, but out of reverence and love for their state, pride in their state, to go down and represent themselves, to show love for Connecticut and to encourage tourism into our great state. Going down there waving flags, saying, come to Connecticut. It's beautiful here. Come to Connecticut. These are her people. The cameras sitting there looking at everyday people from the state. What's your name? I'm Bob. I live in Middletown. I'm Joe. I live in Avon. What brought you down here? I just want to show love and represent my state and my town and tell people all the great things that we have to offer. Please come to Connecticut. You'll have a great time, too. You might even want to stay. That's the story. That's the story. You know what's even a better story? You were so great as a state that little old me and Roseanne spent 8 months here, so loving, so caring, so inviting, that two people who sat here for 8 months in your state said, I want to go down there and represent them. That is a testament to you. Sound like a story you could believe in? Sound like a story that you'd read or buy into? Of course you would. Because again, who wouldn't? It's human nature. So if you want to go, go. We'll be down there. And just like you did, we're going to welcome you with open arms. I can't wait to see you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Can't wait to see you down there. Let's make it happen. We'll be back.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
We're back. Reese on the radio. I think we've got Kara Pavelak, who might be calling in now. If not, she'll call it. Even if she wants to call at the top of the next hour, that's absolutely fine. One thing I will say, and I know I've been kind of like beating this drum, like beating it like a dead horse that we're going down there, but I got to tell you how excited I am to go down there. I am so excited. I've been talking about this for so long that I've been working incredibly hard to get this thing done. Calling people, talking to them, begging them even. Oh, please, can we do this? Can we do that? Just anything I can get. If you can possibly help me out, I really, really appreciate it. We're trying to get that done. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. 310's good. So I keep saying, it's like, okay, what can we do? What can we do? How can we make this even more fun? So I said, music. I love music. We do a whole music section here. We should have a theme song. And now we do.
Got the callers on the phone, different towns, same mind. We tired of being slept on, left on the side. So we turned up the volume and we all gon' ride. We got flags in the window, plates on the back, mix of red, white, blue, plus the nutmeg swag. From the small town diners to the city blocks packed. Every voice that they ignore, now be leading the pack. They had a chair at the table with our name on the card, but they left it sitting empty, that's a shame on the yard. So we drove down ourselves, yeah, we breaking that mold. Cause the story of Connecticut still gotta be told. Talk truth on the mic, that's the job I choose. If the leaders stay silent, then the people break through. On the air, on the street, from the booth to the hill, we gon' show them who we are with the ironclad wood. To DC, to celebrate 250, we showed up for the dream, cause the dream runs in we on the air in the square, where the whole world can see. From CT to BC, to celebrate 250. Turn it up.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I told you I could make a theme song out of anything. From CT to DC, brought to you by none other than Reese on the Radio Records and Tapes. 99 cents to get you 100 hits. A little more. I know it sounds crazy, but I put a whole lot of effort into everything that I do. Sometimes it's a little too obsessive. So we will make sure that that song is available for everybody. If you're interested in the song, please let us know, or you can find it, of course, right now. It's on Facebook, it's on X, on my page, on all of my pages. You can go to resetarradio.com so you can follow both of those pages. Again, the song is called CT to DC to celebrate 250. And again, I've been thinking about that all day. It's like doing the whole thing. I was like, it's great. I listened to this song once it was done about 28 times on the way to church. I was like, church isn't even all that far. So I sat in the car a few times to listen to it. So I really, really love it. And I want to thank the folks who are responsible for putting it together. They need not be named. They don't want to. This was an effort by wonderful folks who, wrote the lyrics, put it together, and especially my favorite little line about Reese on the radio. That was nice. So stand by for that. We got more news, more views. I was at the press conference in West Hartford again to meet up with two of my favorite people, John Larson and Richard Blumenthal. How is it that I always find these people at the same place? They are now upset about another illegal individual who has been detained by ICE. And I got into a little back and forth with John Larson, who, again, is screaming like a maniac, but can't seem to answer any questions. We'll play you the audio. And Mark in West Hartford has already posted a little bit of it, but we'll play it in its entirety. So stand by for that. John Silva is in WTIC Newsroom. We return with much, much more right here on Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Reese on the Radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Hey, we're back. It's Reese on the Radio, WTIC News Talk 1080. Coming up, I'm going to play my the audio that we got from my press conference, or the press conference that John Larson and Richard Blumenthal held today about a restaurant owner who had been in the country for 30 years, was picked up at a Dunkin' Donuts. I apologize. Picked up at a Dunkin' Donuts by ICE agents and taken into ICE custody. And the thing about this that makes this so crazy is the fact that somebody would be here for 30 years, own two businesses, paying his taxes. At least that's what they're telling me. And I'm going to take their word for it. But they've been here 30 years and still be picked up by ICE. So I asked the most obvious question. How could this business owner be in West Hartford and not have received, with all the money he's made and how successful he's been and how many friends he has, never bothered to get his immigration status checked or fixed? It seemed bizarre. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Jumping ahead of me, Cara Pavlock D'Amato is down in D.C. doing, or preempting, I should say, what we're about to do on Friday, and we're glad to have her here. Hello, Cara. How are you?
Hi, Reese. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So you went down there to D.C., I'm assuming, because it's the Great American State Fair, and you wanted to go check it out. You got an opportunity. I know Rob Sampson's going down there. I don't know if Vin Candelora is going down there, but I do know that he's going down there, and there's some other elected officials here in Connecticut that are going to go down. What is it like?
Well, I am here actually for a conference with the Leadership Institute.
Okay.
And so I got here last night. Weather kind of prevented me from coming in earlier.
Okay.
But I'm going down then to the State Fair tonight and then also tomorrow.
Okay, so you'll be there tonight and tomorrow. So can you call us tomorrow and sort of let us know the sights and sounds? But I want to ask you one other favor, if I could.
Sure.
Okay. So I don't know who you know in Washington or if you know anybody at all. Like, I don't want to put you out there. So they are giving us a spot to broadcast live. But we are trying to working in the actual booth that Connecticut has, the empty booth. Okay. I'm sure you've seen the video.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Or the picture. Yeah. We shouldn't have an empty booth there with two wicker chairs from Fantasy Island. Okay.
Agreed.
And I think it would be right if folks who are coming down from Connecticut to go, be a part of the state fair, they come to our actual station, see our radio show there, and also see a representation of what Connecticut has to offer. We even got some stuff that was handed to us today from the museums here in Connecticut, a few who have, brought by some flyers. Everybody wants to be a part of this. So if you can you ask around and see if we can get the opportunity to broadcast live at our Connecticut station so that we can do it proper?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I had reached out to a few different committees trying to find out how we participate. I figured if Ned Lamont can just unilaterally say we're not, well, then I can unilaterally just say we are.
Right.
Because we're all just one equal person, right?
Right.
And, Connecticut does have a lot to offer. And to not celebrate your country's 250th anniversary is just sad, because that really transcends through party lines. And I think it's something that we should all be participating in and celebrating, and really put party aside for this great anniversary that we get to be part of.
Indeed, because again, no matter what side you're on, it's still our 250th birthday, right?
Right, exactly.
It's Democrats' birthday too, if you think about it. I'm really, really happy that you're there. I know you were only there for a conference for the next 2 days, so you won't be there by the time I get there.
Unfortunately, I think I'll already be gone, but I appreciate the information about Rob Sampson and some others, because I will definitely reach out to them and see if we can meet up and overlap and just make sure that the booth is manned. And I think if just a couple people had posted something, had asked for volunteers, I bet they would have no problem manning the booth. I know the committee at the federal level was paying for a lot of the infrastructure, so it really wasn't going to cost a lot of money. But we all love Connecticut, and we want to represent Connecticut rightfully. And I think there would have been plenty of people who would have signed up to do it.
Yeah, I think that's, this, I really do believe that this is an opportunity for Connecticut to shine outside of its politics. This is a unifying thing. I want to tell you this before I let you go. And I was thinking about this last night. I worked at Hot 97 in New York the day that will live in infamy in most of our lives. We are about to embark on the 25th anniversary of September 11th. I was broadcasting live a mile north of the towers and watched that calamity take place. I watched as people jumped for their lives or, their imminent doom on that day. And I remember walking through the streets of New York and watching every individual walk down the street, helping one another. Guys who had been caught up in the rubble were walking home because there was no subway or buses, and they had soot and dust on them, and people were putting water on them and helping them out, women who couldn't breathe. It was a moment that I said that everyone in the country had joined together. You remember the days that ensued after, people holding American flags, saying America's the greatest place in the world. And then that eventually, give it time, we'd be, got in our corners. We don't have to wait for a tragedy to have that happen. We can have a celebration that brings us together too. Why can't we have both?
Right. And I clearly remember that time after 9/11, everybody had an American flag up, whether it was on their car, at their house, on their clothing, everywhere.
That's right.
And you're right. This is a time to celebrate. This is something that we can put partisan politics aside and come together and celebrate, right?
That's right.
I mean, it's such an accomplishment. We are the most amazing country in the entire world, and there's no reason that people should be trying to sabotage it. And I think that's what Connecticut and some other states and individuals have done so far.
Yeah, I want to go down there with unity. I want to tell anyone on any side of the political spectrum, please come down. We're going to be there live on Friday, my regular show 2 to 6, and on Saturday from noon to 3. Come on by and say hello to your family. Let them know what you're experiencing in D.C., what you're experiencing with your fellow neighbors and Americans, and tell everybody back home how fantastic it is. And if it's good, brag a little and say what they're missing, Just come on to the show and tell everybody what a great time you're having and how you're celebrating in the United States of America.
Yeah, I just came from the White House, Reese, one more thing.
Yes.
And all of the positive projects and initiatives that are coming out of the White House, we don't get to hear about that through media. And it's unfortunate, because there are so many great things in Connecticut and every state that are going on, like the education credit that one can take. And we have opted out as a state.
I know.
And it's unfortunate, because there's plenty of things just like that are going on. But because we are pouting in the corner, we don't get to benefit from those initiatives. And it's very sad.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, this coming week, finally everybody can lay down their weapons and just, just have a day. My wife tells me that story about, I guess it was some world war where they were sitting on their bunkers on either side, and on Christmas Day they put down their weapons, and they had a soccer game one day for, I think it was Christmas Eve. I'm like, man, if they could do that in the middle of a war, why can't we? You know what I mean? It's like, right. It's an amazing thing. Kara Pavelok D'Amato, thank you so much, man. Have fun out in D.C. I'm sorry that we won't see you down there, but we'll see you when you get home.
Thank you, Reese.
You got it. Let's take a few more phone calls. Adam is calling from East Hartford. What's going on, Adam? Adam? Okay.
Hey, Reese, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir. Sorry to keep you holding. What do you got?
Hey, you're doing a great job, and keep the faith down there. Thanks for bringing all the flyers down there and showing our state.
Oh, listen, without a doubt, man. I'm anything that people. I mean, that's what I said. I got to get an SUV to pile half the stuff in. But whatever people want to bring within reason, we will take it down there and represent the state.
Hey, guess who I saw 8 days ago, or rather 9 days ago, at a Christian concert? Dave Pettigrew was playing, but that really nice guy, Jerry Williams. You remember him?
I do. He is a good guy. He can. You know what? It's so funny. He wanted to come down to hang out with us. In fact, I invited him. But ironically, I call myself the Frederick Douglass of the 21st century. But apparently, he's going to be playing at Frederick Douglass at a 4th of July play. So he can't come because he's already got an engagement that he's a part of.
Hey, can I crack one funny joke that might get you to laugh? It's cute and innocent and neat, but I want to see what you think. It's something that took place. You ready?
Real quick.
I was at the concert, and there was a woman there with her college-age daughter. She was a tall woman, and she had a yellow tank top on, the grown woman, and she was, well endowed. But she had on her chest, it said, "With God, all things are possible." I smiled and I laughed. I said, "I don't know if I should read it." And she said she wants people to read it. I didn't know what to do. I smiled and said I wasn't sure if I should read it,
That's called a predicament, sir. Satan was definitely in play there.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you. Al is in Western Mass, calling all the way from Western Mass. How are you, Al?
Yo, Reese.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, thank you. You and your team are dude, I found you guys a year ago.
Okay.
You changed my life. Yeah, I was first. I voted for Obama.
Wow.
The first term. Yeah,
It's okay. It happens.
Yo, I'm just saying, you keep doing what you're doing, man. And a couple months ago, you had Peter Mujan.
Peter Lamage. He's coming on this week.
No. He was a European guy or
Peter Lamage. Peter Lamage. I promise you, it's Peter Lamage.
Yeah.
Lamage.
And you were like, "Yo, this guy should be the Republican Party voice."
He is. You have to. What do you think he should be,
dude? I never heard anyone hit the point so hard.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, what you do, man. I'm so grateful for you. You changed my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Al. I really appreciate that. Let me grab some others, but I appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Lee is calling from, really? Is that, say, Edinburgh, or is that Leesburg? Hold on. Yeah. I think he's calling from Virginia. Is Lee, are you calling from Virginia?
I still live in Virginia. I didn't move to the north. I ain't never going above the Mason-Dixon line.
Hold on. Is this Lee out in Pleasant View?
Absolutely, man. I'm trying to get a hold of you.
Listen to me. Lee, listen to me. Folks, when I used to work for U-Haul, Lee was one of my U-Haul dealers all the way out near Luray, Virginia. He's on the I-81 corridor. And Lee is a huge supporter of Reese on the radio. He knew me when I was nothing. And listen, God bless you. I love you. He looks like, you know who he looks like? He looks like a country version of Ernest Hemingway. And with this voice, that's what he looks like. Lee, how are you, sir?
I don't have any problems. I had to call Deidre Imus to get your number.
Well, Imus is no longer with us, so apparently you have to use a Ouija board to get my number. Lee's a big fan of Don Imus back in the day. He used to listen to him and watch him all the time. Lee, I miss you, buddy. How are you doing otherwise?
I miss you too. Hey, I got Steve on the other phone here.
Do you have Steve on the other line? You're not going to switch him over, do you? You're not going to do that, are you?
I don't know how to do that, but he can hear you. He's on speaker.
Well, that's okay. Tell Steve I said howdy, and you guys can always check me out online. Lee, it is a pleasure to hear your voice, and it is absolutely indistinguishable.
Hey, I want to talk to you from time to time, but the number I had is no good. Can you text me a number?
I am going to take your number down right now, Lee, and I'm almost certain I have it in my cell phone, but I'm copying it right now, and I will call you after the show. God bless you. In fact, I'm going to be in Virginia, so I'll at least call you from in town.
Okay.
Right. Love you, Lee. Tell Steve I said hey.
Okay, I'll do it. Take care, Edward.
Thank you. He called me by my government name. That son of a gun. Lee is I'm telling you, looks like Ernest Hemingway. He is down home, Virginia, and he is he's a mechanic at Plainview. Oh, he's the best. Plainview Automotive. That's Lee. Yeah, exactly. Sounds just like him. Let me go. I'm going to let's take Steve in Andover first before we get to the poet laureate. Hey, Steve, how are you?
Hey, good afternoon, Reese.
What's up, buddy?
Long time no talk. So just outside the 2 points I was going to talk about, real quick, Roseanne's right that that little ceasefire occurred that she's talking about in World War I.
Yes, World War I, okay.
And then you got the other one that's kind of famous that they actually did a movie on that had the girl from Terminator in it called Silent Night.
Okay.
That happened in World War II.
Wow.
They had like a little ceasefire sort of in a house.
Okay.
Between Americans and Germans. But anyway, there's your history. So two things. One, if you're going to go down to D.C., I would beg, plead, whatever. If you can find something that documents the absolute rich Second Amendment history from this state of building firearms,
okay,
and advertise that, because we were the cradle of firearms manufacturing in the United States, right?
Okay.
Colt, Winchester, Marlin, Mossberg, Ruger, Seacamp, those come right to mind. If you could somehow pull that off, that'd be wonderful, even though most of them have since gone different directions and things.
Right.
I think when you talk about the history of this state, that's integral to this, that people just ignore it. And obviously all the libs who absolutely, don't want anything to do with firearms in the Second Amendment, they think it's evil. Obviously that will set them off. And the second thing I wanted to just maybe caution you on, I understand what you're talking about with the whole 9/11 brought the whole nation together, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And I know you're not naive, but you got to understand those people aren't interested in getting along. They aren't interested in the 250th anniversary of this country. They hate this country. So please don't be naive and think that you are somehow going to lay out an olive branch and have those people reach across the aisle and suddenly want to do hugs and warm kisses and sing Kumbaya with you, because that's never going to happen. And I'd hate to see, call me cynical from all the years of doing what I do for a living, but I'd hate to be on the, hear the story about how you tried and got, shot down, because they are never, ever going to love this country. And it's unfortunate, but the rest of us can celebrate it and they can all go pound sand.
Well, no, I appreciate you. I'm not going to have it. Fred, just stay on the line. I promise I'll get to you in a second. I'll get you in the next break because I want to get to his call. I will say this, Steve. You make a valid point that there are people who are, sort of dyed in the wool antagonists who hate the United States. I am not extending an olive branch to someone who doesn't want to take it. However, I do believe that there are people who say every day that they are sick and tired of the partisan divide. They say it all the time. I can't help but hear it, even here in this building where I work. But there is no one who is willing to take or make the effort. And this, to me, is my olive branch to all that says, if you want it, please grab on. If you do not, and you want to stay in your silo, I got nothing against you. I got nothing but love for you. So I'm not trying to reach people who absolutely hate this country. I only want people who wish to say, let's lay down our arms and celebrate our birthday. We're in an imperfect country, but guess what? If we try hard enough, we can make it perfect. And those are the people I'm reaching out to.
All right, perfect. Yes, hit the nail on the head with that one. That's great. Yes, we are an imperfect country, but we're still the greatest.
Damn right. Damn right.
And it's you can chip away at carbon, but somewhere on the line, you got to polish the diamond. And
Indeed.
I think that's probably where we are right now.
I'm giving you an applause. I'm giving you an applause on that elocution alone. That was brilliantly put. But I got to go. I got to go to commercial, Steve. But thank you so much, man.
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. All right, Fred, stay on the line. I'm going to get you at the bottom of the hour on the other side when we return. Stand by. It's Reese on the radio.
Spider-Man. Hey, he's your friendly neighborhood Reese on the radio. Right now on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
I have the biggest hater sitting here inside WTIC, and he is none other than my Emmy Award-winning producer, Roland Matthews. He is extreme hater. Hater. I asked him what he thought about my theme song. He was like, it's all right. He was like, he says, okay medley. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are like more enthusiastic about your daughter's 5th grade art project that you put on the refrigerator. That's nice, sweetheart. Let me put this on the fridge. You got to be better than that. He thought it was a nice medley. It's got to be better than that, right?
Nice medley.
He's saying it to tick me off.
It's it was well put together.
Okay. What is that? Wait. It was well put together? Yeah. That sounds like...
Well put together. Nice medley. No?
I'm so mad at you.
I went.
Do I get a golf clap? Yes, thank you, Gino.
Oh, yeah.
Golf clap.
There you go. Hit it right on the nose.
Oh, man.
You know what? I went to see the Blue Man Group yesterday. So
really, your first time?
Yeah.
Did you go see Cats while you were at it?
that made it a little bit more difficult for your song to be more than just a medley.
Wow. Okay, so you saw the Blue Man Group, and what are you saying, that they made better music than I do?
It was a great performance, man. It was a great performance. I enjoyed it.
Where did you see Blue Man? In Mohegan?
Yeah, Mohegan.
Yeah, I figured it out there. Are they the same original guys? It's got to be new guys now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know the drummer is new. I think it's one of their daughters.
Oh,
that's the behind the scenes drummer for the songs. She was killing it though.
Okay. I've never seen them before. And I've also never seen Cats, Les Mis, I saw Rent. Still regret it to this day.
It was actually a good show. They get the crowd involved a lot too.
Did you know what's another one? I thought I saw it was called Stomp. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah, I saw Stomp.
Stomp was great. Stomp. You want to tell me? I can tell you this. You know what was the best part about Stomp? Although the performance was great and the whole thing was fun, but I got to tell you the best part about Stomp was the end. And let me tell you why. It's not because they stopped making all the noise. It's what all the kids did afterwards. They left the Oppenheim or whatever it is in downtown Manhattan on the East Village. When the kids left that show, they just started banging on everything. On like mailboxes and whatnot. They were having the best time. Like every kid came out and wanted to be a drummer. I wanted to be a percussionist. That was the most amazing sight. It's like being in that room, every kid wanted to be in Stomp, which I thought was like, talk about having an influence on a young generation. That's why I thought that performance was so impactful.
Yeah.
So that was a great thing. You took your daughter to go see Blue Man Group, or was it just you and the wife?
Yeah, just me and my wife.
Oh, okay. Why not take was it date night?
Yeah, it was an outing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
it was an outing.
Maybe you should have taken her to see Les Mis.
No.
She's not into that?
No. We both enjoyed the Blue Man Group.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you had fun. I took my wife to a softball game. It was dirty and wet.
Yeah.
Yes, because it rained.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Was that the rec park?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I did go down there. Anyway, that was fun. I'll get to the phones in a second. I want to play this for you today. John Larson, Richard Blumenthal, weirdly enough, together again at the, was it City Hall building in West Hartford? And they went there for a press conference about a young man or an older man who's been here for 30 years, owns a couple of restaurants, has children grown, and was detained by ICE. And I wanted to ask a simple question about his detainment, which kind of went off the rails. I think there's going to be an article about it in the Connecticut Mirror today by Mark Paznoikis, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right because I spoke to him briefly. He filmed a lot of it, but this is exactly what happened.
I got a two-part question. First question. We understand that this individual has been in the country for 30 years, as you all stated, business owner, owns several businesses. Are we aware, and I'll maybe direct that to his son, do we know why ICE detained him? We've asked several people here, and they haven't been able to answer that. Do we know why?
Have you talked with ICE?
No, I'm asking you. You're holding a press conference. Don't make this about me. You're holding a press conference. Sir, you're holding a press conference.
You're not about you.
No, again, it's not about me, Senator. Representative, it's not about me. Please. You're here representing this gentleman.
We are.
I'm asking, do we know why he was detained? Can you tell us that? We're not aware.
Can you tell us why the citizens from Southington, East Hartford?
Let me just we're demanding answers from ICE.
Okay, so we are not aware why he was detained.
Only ICE right now knows why he was seen.
Okay. So you do understand that that's important to the question of why we're standing here. We don't know if there was any illegality with this individual, but yet we're saying that ICE has done something wrong. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Second part to the question.
Now, that first question is important. I don't want to get it lost on the weeds here. We often hear that ICE has taken someone and taken them into custody. And when we ask these public officials why they were taken into custody, they don't seem to know. But we will jump ahead of that investigation and hold a press conference demanding that said individual be released, saying that he's done everything right. He's done nothing wrong. To which we say, how do you know that? You don't know why they've been detained. So why are you out there? And then it prompted my second question, which I was prepared for and I already know the answer to, as I tell you all the time, folks. I never ask a question I'm not aware of the answer of. Okay?
We're having press conferences like this quite often here in Hartford. So my question is, what do you do? Well, West Hartford, anywhere. My question is, what are legislators, what are people like yourselves doing to get people who have been here for 30 years, who are owning businesses, to get the proper paperwork so they don't have to be detained by ICE?
Do you get the point here? They know that these people are in the community, several members of the community. One of the women who is in charge of the Playhouse. I've been to the Playhouse. I went to go see the $1 Million Quartet at the Playhouse. That woman was there. I've met and spoken to this woman before. She was there to represent this man who has been detained and said he's a great guy and he's been around here for 30 years. We all know him. We have dinner at his establishments. He's great. He helps people out. I'm not disputing that. I'm sure he is the cream of the crop, the apple of everyone's eye. But if you know that the man, or if his community knows that he has been here for 30 years without the proper paperwork, why hasn't anybody helped him get the proper paperwork? Now, why am I asking that question, and why is it important? We are a year and a half into the Trump administration, and the thing that has been driving the narrative is how Gestapo-like ICE is going from town to town, grabbing these people off the street and getting them in detention centers. So I ask, knowing that Trump is doing this, why not grab these people who you know are great citizens, who have done nothing wrong other than not get their paperwork correct, and help them get their paperwork correct? Why not? You tell us that they're paying taxes. Okay, great. So you are getting revenue from these folks. He owns 2 businesses. He probably pays property taxes, employment taxes, whatever the case may be. You are grabbing every nickel and dime you can from businesses like his. yet you're not helping him stay in the country legally? You're waiting until he's picked up by ICE to then hold a press conference about why ICE should release him? Folks, he's been here 30 years. If I can go one step further on the 30 years argument, let's try this. Forget about the fact that he's been here 30 years and he hasn't committed a crime. Forget about the fact that he's been here 30 years and has been allowed to start a business and employ people. Forget about that. What I want to focus on is the fact that he's prospered here. He's raised a family here. The country that he comes from, he left to come here to fulfill and achieve the American dream, which it is clear he did. So I'd like to ask a simple question. Why didn't he honor all of those things he profited from by getting the proper paperwork, by getting his immigration status updated and secured? Didn't he owe that to any of us? Even his children, who are now lost without him, concerned about him, fearful of him, being in that detainment? He was here for 30 years. He found no time. And the people who are now screaming and hollering about him, what efforts did they make to get him to be legal? We know the answer to that. I'll explain that when we get back. And I think you know the answer too. So stand by. It's Reese on the radio.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
I got to make sure I say this right. Pazniakis. Mark Pazniakis. And by the way, I was told by Joey, just call him Mark Paz or just Paz. So yeah, he was there at the press conference today with John Larson and Richard Blumenthal. And Blumenthal and I always have a great rapport back and forth. Jonathan DeBarros showed up. Luke Bronin showed up. Oh, man, it was a melee. Adam 12 was there. Mark from West Hartford was there. Gino was there. It was everything. Now, I got to tell you, when I asked this question of them about what efforts are you taking, or what tasks are at hand to help these illegals who, as you put, John Larson, are good people, good neighbors, and who are productive members of our communities. What are you doing to bring them out of the darkness and get their paperwork correct? And they were all screaming about it, Washington, Washington, Washington. These people don't live in Washington, man. They live in West Hartford. They work in West Hartford. Now, the thing that we never got into, which kind of I thought was interesting, was that during the press conference, Richard Blumenthal referred to this gentleman as a non-citizen, said that he was not a citizen. But they also mentioned that his wife still sits in Montenegro. So here he is in the United States without the proper documentation, while his wife sits in Montenegro. Why didn't he bring her here? He's been here for 30 years. Why is she still at home? A question worth asking and having an answer to. Now, Mark from West Hartford just sent me a text. And I got to tell you, if this lead that he is on bears any fruit, John Larson doesn't want to see me in the future. Because I am going to ask him a very tough question. Is that you pulled resources today on a gentleman, if these reports are true, at least this thread that he pulled, don't look good. Just saying. We do our homework here. But at the next press conference, we're going to ask. And we're going to bring this up. And we're going to play the comments for you. So while John Larson is up here screaming, asking me whether or not I asked ICE. Did you ask ICE? Mandrake, thank you. Good line. Mandrake says his girlfriend would be unhappy if his wife showed up. Applause-worthy. That was applause-worthy. Jules says, thank you, Reese, for asking the questions that we all have been asking. Why are you here without proper papers? Good point. Mandrake also says, there you go again, asking difficult questions, difficult and unfair questions. Again, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. We're all supposed to be, you're supposed to pull at our heartstrings about these people. And look, again, 30 years, opened up 2 businesses, still not a legal citizen. Everything we've given him as a country, an opportunity to prosper, probably put his kids through school. You don't at least grace us with paperwork? You don't even come to us and say, you know what, after all of that, let me go get my paperwork proper. Why didn't you say to your kids, you know what, your children are here. They're American citizens. They are probably going to run your businesses, right? You're probably going to leave it to them. You couldn't have done that in Montenegro. You're doing it here. In the greatest country in the world, you didn't even have enough respect for it to make sure that get your paperwork so you can pass that down to them. Weird. I found that odd. The fact that nobody else did baffles the mind. And let me just say this. People who are asking, like, why am I coming down there? Why am I at the press conferences? I'm sorry. Maybe not all of you, but you're not asking these questions, and you should. So if you won't, I will. And hey, John and Don and Richard, if you're not going to come down and talk to me, I got to see you in the street. I see you where you are. They say it, meet people where they are. Let's get our first check of weather and traffic. Our good friend Mark Christopher is back. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark. All right,
nah, that's a song. Wow, I don't know who made that, but that was incredible.
Second half of Reese on the Radio underway. A little battle now going on between Roland and I. This part of the show, we're going to get into the future so bright. TJ Duarte is going to be joining us at 5 o'clock. We'll talk to him. We'll talk to him about the 4th of July. See if he's actually going to go down to D.C. When we get down there as well. We're going to break down tonight. By the way, I want to mention this. This is important. If you have downloaded the Odyssey app and you're on the Odyssey app, please do this. On the Odyssey app, they have a little place where you can push and leave a message. And our question today, coming up on this very glorious holiday, what does it mean to be an American? Fill it out there. We've got a whole campaign that we're doing with that. So go there, go on the Odyssey app, click on the little microphone that shows up there. You can leave a message. And the question we're asking, what does it mean to be an American? So do that if you can. I also want to address Zap, who says, why would you want to go to D.C. to promote a sanctuary state with idiot senators? If he must have missed the opening monologue, so I will address it again. And someone else said the other thing about Connecticut not caring about promoting itself. I have a different view on that, but that's okay. We'll explain all of that and much, much more when we return. Mark Christopher's back. He's getting you home. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, sir.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
This one's a tough one because you guys know that I've been absolutely livid about the story of J. Allen Jones. And he is the 31-year-old man who died inside the prison 8 years ago. You also know that I confronted the Attorney General, William Tong, about it. And very similar to John Larson and I, our exchange today, decided to make my questions about J. Allen Jones about me. His response was, well, Reese, after things you said about me and the African-American community, I can only say good luck to you. He found them deeply offensive. He didn't want to say anything about the video that was released on Friday. Strategically released on Friday because I'm just going to say it. The brother's got to go party on Friday. And everybody's so excited for the weekend, they ain't got no time for civil rights on Friday. And the people who released it knew that. Everybody got to go out and go party and BS. They ain't got no time to check out the news or to go watch the video. Sure, there were news outlets who talked about it, said how brutal the death appeared. But that was it. Next weekend, nobody cared. Nobody will care. 8 years. 8 years for that video to come out. Fought tooth and nail. And what did we see? We saw a man who, sorry folks, unlike Stevie Jones, was having a mental breakdown. You can say what you want about Stevie Jones, but J. Allen Jones had no knife in his hand. He was being handcuffed, held down, and was clearly screaming about the blood of Christ and other things. They were the ones who put that mask over his face while they pepper sprayed him. There were clearly more people than he, one person. He didn't have the strength of 10 men. Nobody told us that. Nobody said he had the strength of somebody on PCP. Yes, he was resisting, but he was crushed. You all know it. You all saw the video. And he died there. He lay there lifeless for a long time. And as much as people could sit around here and talk about, that was uncomfortable to watch. And then no follow-up? No one to say, hey, my man, why did we have to wait 8 years for this to be released? Why did it take 8 years to edit the video, to blur out certain entrances and exits like you told us we were being held up for? I don't know about you, but when's the last time? I mean, we wait 3 years for a Marvel film where Tony Stark pretends to be in an iron suit flying through space. That thing will be filmed in 2026 and will come out in 2027. You're going to sit up here and tell me that no one over at the Attorney General's office could get some editing software that would help this family, the Jones family, see what happened to their loved one? It took 8 years to edit it. Was no one going over this footage who couldn't say, again, how long is that video, Adam? 30 minutes? 40 minutes? You're going to sit up here and tell me, I mean, come on, it's not even the length of a full feature film. And no one's asking the most important question. Why'd he die? How about the second most important question? Where the F is Al Sharpton and Ben Crump? Where are they? I mean, there's an argument to be made about what happened to Stevie Jones. You want to make an argument about whether or not he should have been shot 9 times? Fine, I'm willing to have that debate with you. We'll disagree, but I'm willing to have the debate because it's a reasonable question. It's a reasonable question for you to have, no matter what side you're on. Did he have to get shot 9 times? Did Officer Magnano act too quickly? Yeah, sure. You want to have the debate? Fine. I have a different view on it than you might, but it's worth the debate. It isn't clean cut. But J. Allen Jones, 8 years, not one person is suspicious. Not one person is saying, dude, that's a long time to suppress a video. Does anybody remember a guy by the name of Laquan McDonald? Many of you will. If you're a TV and news wonk, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Laquan McDonald was a young man in Chicago during the Rahm Emanuel years. And Rahm Emanuel knew that there was a video of a police officer who shot Laquan McDonald down in the middle of the street. Laquan was carrying a knife. And in that video, it appears that Laquan McDonald was walking away from the police officer. It did not appear that he was coming towards him. He was walking, I shouldn't say that. He's walking towards the police officer, but he is not walking to attack him. The police officer takes out his gun, and he shoots him. Dead, right there. The mayor, Rahm Emanuel, suppressed that video for over 400 days. Over 400 days. He had to be sued by the newspapers to have that video released. He had to go to court. He was willing to fight for it in court to never have that video see the light of day. And when they saw it, everyone said the same thing. Yo, dude, what's this? Why would you suppress this? We're talking about Rahm Emanuel, the guy who was the chief of staff under the Barack Obama administration. He suppressed a video where a white police officer shot down a young black kid named Laquan McDonald. And Rahm Emanuel held on to that video for 400 days. He couldn't run for re-election today. Oh, and by the way, just as an added note, let me start by saying this. African-American leaders, before the election that would put Rahm Emanuel in the seat of mayor, African-American leaders denounced and cursed Barack Obama if he endorsed Rahm Emanuel as the mayor and not an African-American in the city. And Barack Obama ignored the black community and endorsed Rahm anyway, who would then again suppress that video for over 400 days. What makes all of this even more crazy, let's go really crazy. The man who is suppressing it now isn't even responsible for when it happened in any way. Attorney General William Tong was not in the role as Attorney General 8 years ago when this death happened. When J. Allen Jones was killed, and that's what he was, it didn't even happen on A.G. Tong's watch. What could have possibly compelled him to keep it from the public view? For a man who is running around telling everyone that he is looking out for people who are the most vulnerable, does J. Allen not count? He was a handcuffed schizophrenic on his stomach, stripped bare of his clothing, having a mental health episode, and was crushed to death, screaming, "I can't breathe," wheezing, begging for water. And everybody sit up here telling me that all William Tong could say is it's a difficult video to watch? No ish, Sherlock. Of course it is. They put a bag over his face, pepper sprayed him, had him shackled. This should have been released years ago. Instead, the family had to go to court, and they didn't have the money to do that, so other people had to step in. The ACLU had to step in. Newspapers, private law firms, Alex Taubes, these folks had to step in. Devon Ward, the corrections ombudsman, these folks had to step in. They had to speak on the behalf of the family who was getting no love. No love from the civil rights leaders. I did not see Scott Extra Large at any one of the rallies supporting his family. Hell, I didn't see any rallies. And after 8 years, the video's released and everybody's moved on? And William Tong hasn't been asked why? Not even once. And this guy's running for re-election after suppressing that video? Come on, folks. Let's keep it real. This is 100% a tragedy that needs to be addressed. And the very tepid response from folks at the NAACP, local and state, hell, even national, is an embarrassment. You Negroes have no right screaming and hollering about civil rights. You haven't earned any credibility. And you continue to fail. And it's sad because the Uncle Tom has got to show you out. Corny Betts, who saw me at the Magnano arraignment. Yeah, Corny Betts. Turned around trying to be all tough guy. I ain't never going on your show. Nobody needs you on the show, Corny. I wanted to have a dialogue so you could actually, I don't know, possibly get some change in the community. But you don't want any of that. You want to stand in front of stupid billboards and trucks. Hartford Lives Matter. The whole organization's a joke. It always has been. I like to call them the worst civil rights organization known to man. But then Southern Poverty Law Center started spending their money on the Klan, and they completely took over that moniker. So you're in second place. I appreciate Evilise showing me some love on X, saying thank you for, bringing light to this. I appreciate you, Evilise. Black Lives Matter 860. Thank you. I'm not going to come after you. It was nice of you to at least give some attention to the fact that I have been dogged about this, trying to get that family some justice. You want to know what makes this really, really bad? Can I just let you on a little inside on this? When we went down to the court hearing back in October, Markham West Hartford was there with us, and we spoke to the mother of J. Allen Jones's son. I never got to get the young man's name. But I was talking to his mother outside the courthouse. And I said, I know that you're important, but forgive me, I don't know who you are. Can you tell me who you are? She goes, yes, I'm the mother of J. Allen Jones's son. And I went, oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry for your loss. And she looks at me and she says, the thing that hurts me the most is that I'm afraid every day for my son. And I immediately went back because I was like, here we go. She's going to say something civil rightsy. She's going to say, my son's a black man. He's got a target on his back for the police. My bias shows at times. But I had to ask, why? And she says, because my son suffers from schizophrenia. I said, oh. And she says, I'm concerned that if he's out there and something happens to him and an episode takes place with him, whether or not I'm fearful that his life might be taken. I said, legitimate argument. You can get more legitimate. Even if it's impossible for it to happen. Even if the odds are extreme, 42 million to 0. I totally feel her. Because the thing that she is looking at this from, the lens she's looking at this from, is 8 years of fighting for that video to be released. I'm sorry, I got to ask the question. Why isn't anybody on this? This is your George Floyd moment that you folks like to call. You should get on it. Don't leave it for me. Don't leave it to me to embarrass you. Don't let me get the scoop. It's right there for you. I want to see better reporting on this. And I want to see you asking William Tong why it took 8 years for this family to see it. And what are we going to do to make them whole? It should be done. It's right. If you've seen the video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's take another break. Let's get some weather and traffic in you. And I think the kid TJ Duarte is outside. Mark Christopher's back. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Stay locked in. Reese on the radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right. Everybody is in the house. Mama Duarte is here in the house. I miss you all the time. You're such a breath of fresh air. That's what they say about me. And her son, TJ Duarte, is here. And they brought, you know who you remind me of? Sophia is here. You're going to meet her. I can't wait for you to meet Sophia here. You know who you remind me of, Sophia? I'm just going to tell you right off the bat. You look like a Latina version of Mila Kunis from that 70s show. That's who you remind me of. And I hope that's a good thing. You know. What as my wife would say, what flavor Latina are you? I don't even know what that means. Like, where are you from? Brazilian. There's a lot of Brazilians here in Connecticut and overwhelmingly Puerto Rican. You know, we have more Puerto Ricans per capita than any other place in the country. Oh yeah, Connecticut it's absolutely, it's Boricua. It's everywhere. It's incredibly Boricua. I didn't know that because I thought the Bronx was just little Puerto Rico, but apparently Connecticut is little Puerto Rico. All right, so we'll talk to them in a little bit, so stand by for that. I want to give you an opportunity to do something great with the Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app, and on there's a little button with a microphone. Push on that and tell us or answer this question. What does it mean to be an American? Of course, as we embark on our 250th anniversary as a country, we want to hear from you in Connecticut. And of course, with our trip going down to D.C., that's going to be a great opportunity to play those things during the show if you can't be a part of the program. That we're going to be down there doing a bunch of amazing things. So please be a part of that. Go to download the Odyssey app and click on that little button and say what it means to you to be an American. I also want to address this. So Zap writes, why would you want to go to D.C. to promote a sanctuary state with idiot senators and some of the highest energy rates in the country? It's not much to brag about. Okay, so this was the thing that I was trying to tell people about why I'm going. Connecticut is not her politics, but I get that that's all it's become as of late. We've decided what we're angry about, and that's it. As if we are not paying attention to the beauty that is this state. But it always comes out, because I can go to Zap right now and I'll say, Zap, who's got the best pizza? New Haven or Waterbury? And he will scream at me and go, what are you, nuts? New Haven. So immediately his love of the state will come right out of his mouth. It has nothing to do with whether or not, you know, we have the highest energy rates or whether or not our senators are idiots. It has nothing to do with that. We're going down there to represent the state because we're representing you, Zap. I hope that you get an opportunity to enjoy the show on Friday and Saturday, but that's what it's about. All right? You know, want to hear something weird? I can hear Mark Christopher on our sister stations in my headphones. So see, now I know. He is ready to go. Let's get to another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher is back. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. I think I already heard your whole report.
How was it?
It was great. It's always, it's always stellar. As it was weird because we had like a little cross connection where I can hear you on our sister stations. Yeah,
okay.
But only I can hear it. Only I can hear it.
Well, you let me know if there's something you don't like, and we will
improve
on
stop
it. We'll
it.
improve on it.
I am fine. You're absolutely
big gossip report.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we're back. You're so eager to get on the microphone, okay? Give it a minute. You have a segment, okay? Your segment's coming up soon. And we'll get to talk to Sophia as well, which I'm dying to figure out how the heck you got a girl to go into politics with you. That is the most difficult thing to do, especially with young girls when they care more about Beyonce than they do about politics. You understand how crazy that is? Sophia, who's your favorite singer? Please don't say Selena. You're going to break my heart. Who's your favorite singer? I know the girls like, who I don't even know who.
At the moment, it's kind of SZA right now. But
SZA?
It's, yeah.
Is it the girl who spells her name with 3 letters?
Yep.
Yes, SZA?
Yeah.
SZA? That's her name. Tell the truth. SZA. Her songs are okay. That's all right. So you're into her? Yeah. Okay, that's it. Are you into the Beyonce thing? Is that? No?
Not really.
Yeah, she's 44. Like she's not for like what are you 18 now? You're younger than that? You're a kid.
Yep.
See, that's the most amazing thing is to get a young, still in high school, I presume.
Yeah.
You're
younger.
I'm sorry?
You're younger than him.
You're younger than him. Goodness gracious. Okay, when my daughter was 16, I'll never forget it. It was like just after her 16th birthday. That whole, age was insane. When she turned 16, she said she wanted to be a tennis star. She wanted to be a track star. She said she wanted to be a surgeon. Then she said that she wanted to be a nurse. And then she said that she wanted to be a veterinarian. And then Tuesday, that she said, that was all in one day. That's how crazy it was. Is your life is like that where you all of a sudden change your mind, or do you have an idea what you want to do and what you want to be?
Minor idea. I'm realizing that I could be dreaming more. Wow. Jeez.
And that's good. No. You have no idea. You saying that as a young person living here in Connecticut. Are you from Waterbury?
Yeah.
So as a young person living in Waterbury, you're saying the first thing that came out of your mouth, which is, again, probably a lot of people listening right now are going, you're young, you're Brazilian, right?
Yeah.
Young Brazilian girl living in Waterbury. And you know what just came out of your mouth? Hope. You said, I have so many options, right? Yeah. So most people believe that you young folks are looking at your life as sort of like, doldrum. What am I going to be? The world isn't prosperous like it used to be. I have no opportunities. You sound like, there's plenty of stuff I can do. Is that because of your parents, your folks, your atmosphere, the people you hang out with?
Usually people I'm around. My parents, they have pretty good jobs themselves, so I kind of look after that in their own way. But it's people I'm around too. You see people, they like give up on their own life, and you realize that they do that on their own, and you look at that yourself, and you're like, okay, let's not do this because it's brought them here. I don't know. It makes you kind of want to do better than that.
So you're inspired by it?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No offense. TJ, get off the campaign trail. Here's your candidate. I'm teasing. No, I'm teasing. Sophia, thank you. We're going to talk to you in a little bit. We're going to get the audience to get to know you and what you're doing for TJ Duarte and his campaign to become Waterbury mayor next year. So it's a pleasure to have you here. I'm just ribbing you a little bit, but when you said that, now I'm completely inspired by you saying, I want to do something with my life and I know that I can. That gives a lot of my listeners, especially who are a lot older than me, who would say, that makes them feel good that young people have not lost hope. So you inspire them in ways that you don't know. So I'm really, really happy to hear that from you. Okay? You just wrote it off immediately. So yeah, thanks, guy. Can you move on? So, all right. She's fantastic and kind of a hater. But that's fine. TJ Duarte is going to join us in a little bit. Again, I want to make sure that you go to the Odyssey app, download the Odyssey app, and go to that little microphone when you log on, and it'll say, tell us what it means to be an American. Let us know. And it'll be part of the campaign as well. You, Michael A., who is it? No, sorry. That someone says that they want to help us with the rental car to D.C. I'm going to say this to everybody. Don't jump in too early because, to be honest with you, this is not going to be a cheap SUV. We need something that we can put equipment in and maybe even some paraphernalia down there. Like, my car is not going to fit some of the maps and signs and stuff like that on there. So we're probably going to need something along the lines of a Tahoe Denali and that kind of bit. And those things can be expensive. So we're working on that. If you want to contribute I'll tell you tomorrow how you can. And we'll work out exactly what the pricing is going to be. And we'll make sure that it's legit. I don't want you guys giving us money. I don't like screwing around asking people for stuff, but that's what we're trying to do. We'd rather do it through a sponsorship where we can just pay for the insurance, and then the gas is another issue. And we'll figure that out. So, again, if you're just joining us and you're late to the show, Reese on the Radio will be broadcasting live from the National Mall for the Great American State Fair. We are calling it the Great American Broadcast. That's right. It's the Great American Broadcast, brought to you by Reese on the Radio. The nicest guy you'd ever meet. Roseanne on the radio is going to be down there, and we're going to have a host of people going to be walking through. If you are an elected official, you're running for office, come on down there. You'll be able to talk to us and tell everybody about the sights and the sounds of everything that's going down there. We have a theme song. TJ, have you heard the theme song yet? You have not heard the theme song? Okay, hold on. You haven't heard that. Make sure your microphone's working.
I have not heard the theme song yet.
You have not heard the theme song yet?
Nope.
Goodness gracious. Do we have time for the theme song? We might as well. What the heck? We'll just play the theme song. So, without further ado, because I know everybody heard it at 2 o'clock, and if you're still hanging on, you can deal with hearing it a second time. Do we have headphones for no. I'm sorry. I have to tell you, Sophia, SZA will not be featured on this theme song. Okay? All right, just so you know. All right? Just throw those headphones on. So, without further ado, we have a theme song. The song is called From CT to DC to Celebrate 250, brought to you by the one and only Reese on the Radio Records and Tapes. Please enjoy, and then we'll get back with TJ Duarte. Did I hit the wrong button? Yes, I did. Here it goes.
On the phone, different town, same mind. We tired of being slept on, left on the side. So we turned up the volume and we all gon' ride. We got flags in the window, plates on the back, mix of red, white, blue, plus the nutmeg swag. From the small town diners to the city blocks packed. Every voice that they ignore, now be leading the pack. They had a chair at the table with our name on the card, but they left it sitting empty, that's a shame on the yard. So we drove down ourselves, yeah, we breaking that mold. Cause the story of Connecticut still gotta be told. Talk truth on the mic, that's the job I choose. If the leaders stay silent, then the people break through. On the air, on the street, from the booth to the hill, we gon' show them who we are with the ironclad will. To DC, to celebrate 250, we showed up for the dream, cause the dream runs in we. On the air, in the square, where the whole world can see. From CT to DC, to celebrate 250. Turn it up. Let the signal fly. Let the anthem paint the sky. Every voice is a spark in the dark of the night. When we stand side by side, we become the light. We're the ones who made the drive. We're the reason hope's alive. If they won't send the soul, we'll send the soul of the street. Every heartbeat marching on the mall to the beat. From CT to DC, celebrate 250. Hey, we showed up for the dream, cause the dream runs in we. On the air, in the square, where the whole world can see. From CT to DC, to celebrate 250.
I play every instrument. I'm the rapper, the singer. I even played the tambourine. Fantastic work by none other than Reese on the Radio. Brought to you by Reese on the Radio Records and Tapes. I know, sometimes I have to break my arm patting myself on the back. Okay, what did you think, TJ Duarte?
It was a good song.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't your style, right?
No, it kind of is.
Yeah.
It represents what's going to happen down there.
Yeah.
Sophia?
It's okay, Sophia, you can hate it. I know SZA was not involved.
No, it's okay.
I know how much you wanted SZA to be a part of it, but she was not available. She was at the BET Awards last night.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad that we couldn't get her, right?
I mean, I could see where you're coming from with the song. It needs a little something.
This is the reason why I hate the kids.
I'm not hating it. It's beautiful.
It was what?
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the reason why we hate it.
Unlike what Ronan said, it's a good melody. You know,
It's a good.
It's good.
We appreciate you. Thank you. All right, when we come back, we're going to have TJ Duarte here and Sophia Xavier. Well, say it like I said it wrong. Is it?
Xavier.
Yeah. Okay, Sophia Xavier. She is what? Your campaign
scheduler.
And we'll find out how these two sort of linked up. It's amazing to watch the young people I've run into get into politics lately. And I think, and someone was asking about this earlier. Someone said, Reese, do you think that all of these young people are starting to get into politics because you have inspired them? And I said, that may be true. I can be an inspirational kind of guy, but I don't think I have anything to do with it. I'm teasing. TJ will tell you he wanted to do this a long time ago. I am just putting him out on Front Street so that you guys get to know his name. And if he should become mayor, or if he, hell, I'll put it this way, TJ, if you get a considerable amount of votes that puts you in the running, I mean, we're talking about if they're talking about you barnstorming this thing, even if you don't get it, but if you turn this into something, man, I'm telling you, your future is absolutely bright in this, man. I'm telling you, you are going to be like that dude that everyone will watch rise to the ranks to do something about Waterbury. And it will be then, when you ascend to greatness, you mention my damn name and you say that I did it all. It was my thinking, okay? It was all me, all right? You just make sure you give me my damn props. All right, Future So Bright coming up, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I have to get into, but also before we get out of here, don't forget to go download the Odyssey app. Also go to ReeseOnTheRadio.com to find out more information about our trip going to D.C. There's a lot of people who wish to go down there and a lot of people who wish to contribute to our trip. We'll tell you how to do that all week this week, so stand by for that. Make sure you're paying attention to it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to address. Michelle. Oh, look at that. I mentioned her earlier. Michelle Davis. Good friend to the room. We love her. The choir director of the Aria Chorus at the Master's School is in the chat room. And she says, hi to TJ from the Master's School. Tell Sophia she should apply too. Look at that. Yes.
Join me.
Yeah. You can go down there to the Master's School. Oh, by the way, they don't listen to SZA. That's not allowed. Oh, see? Sorry, we lost her. So everybody is really, really excited to have you here. So we're going to talk to TJ in a little bit for our Future So Bright segment to find out what he's doing, because he is, weirdly enough, there's a lot of drama happening in Waterbury politics, and we will get to the bottom of that with TJ. Stand by. Also, Mama Duarte is here too, which that's my favorite person. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be endorsing you. Yeah, Reese on the Radio. NewsTalk 1080 WTIC. Before we get into this, by the way, if you're interested, go to Connecticut Mirror, and you can read the article that was just written about my exchange with Blumenthal and Larson. It just released, so I just read it. It's a pretty good piece. Anyway, let's do our thing. News. By the way, just to let you know how inspired people get behind music news, Roseanne wants to do a segment called Music Booze. Not music that has booze in it, music that I will boo because I can't stand it. So when she gets back, we'll explain all of that. Today in music news, Wyatt Flores, country singer, it turns 25. Don't know him, 25 years old. I wouldn't know who he is. Nicole Scherzinger of Pussycat Dolls, she turns 48 years old today. Katherine Jenkins, who is a classical crossover mezzo-soprano singer, turns 46. Colin Hay of Men at Work, the lead singer. I come from the man down under, the land down under, sorry. Turned 73. On this day in music in 1968, Tammy Wynette reached the top of the Billboard country chart with her signature hit, Divorce, or D-I-V-O-R-C-E, a raw portrayal of marital breakdown that resonated deeply with audiences. In 1985, Mick Jagger and David Bowie famously recorded their high-energy version of Dancing in the Street. In 2003, I should say. In 2003, Beyonce's debut solo album, Dangerously in Love, entered the #1 spot on both the U.S. and the U.K. charts, launching her global superstar status with Crazy in Love after she left Destiny's Child. It's way beyond your years. That was before you were born, Sophia. 1957, well, this is way before you were born. In 1957, Buddy Holly began recording Peggy Sue in Clovis, New Mexico, capturing one of rock and roll's most enduring classics. And this guy who wrote this song, even though I got to bring it up because it was a very signature album for him, Bruce Springsteen, the psychotic leftist he's become. In 1985, he kicked off his massive Born in the USA tour, a landmark run that solidified his status as a rock icon. I have to admit that. The truth is the truth. He is Bruce Willis, and Born in the USA. I mean, I didn't know who he was until that album came out. What the hell was that, Roland?
That's the new Meghan Trainor Shimmer song.
Oh, Meghan Trainor.
Yeah. From her new album, Toy With Me.
Can I give Meghan Trainor some props?
Yeah.
She finally went to go see the guy that would indeed take up all that baby weight that she had. So clearly Meghan has seen a trainer.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here with our guest. The future is so bright. My good friend TJ Duarte is here, and he brought a friend. He comes here every month with a new person to introduce us to. This time he has brought Sophia. Sophia Xavier is his campaign scheduler. And we'll talk to you in a second. But I want to get a little background on TJ and what he's been doing. So, TJ, you are out there. You're pounding the pavement. Yep. You are telling everybody that you're running for office next year. You got an early start, like our good friend Jonathan DeBarros. You are wasting no time.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that people know this. You're a young kid. You're about to be 17.
Yep.
And, you know, you are in it to win it, but you don't have the expectation that says, you know, I win it or nothing.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for you to, one, make a name for yourself. You're young. You got a lot of years ahead of you. Yeah. And if it doesn't pan out this time, you establish yourself so when the next election comes down, you already have what's considered a foundation in politics. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. So my plan is simple. It's like this. We're expecting a 2-on-man race, right? Because we're already going to start campaigning by next week. We're waiting for the 4th of July weekend to calm down. We're waiting for D.C. cough, cough, mom. We're waiting for the D.C. thing and to be over. And then when we come back to Waterbury on Monday, we're going to finally start the campaigning process.
Right.
So the first thing we're going to do is open a checking account, get fundraising funds for it. And then after that, the next thing is just to go in there like it's a 2-man race.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we get our manifesto out, which we're working on digitally with me and my campaign manager, Emmanuel, which he's on vacation right now.
Okay.
But we're going to be working on that after he gets back. And then the next thing we're going to do is just get out there in Waterbury as much as we can.
Right.
So we're hosting an event in Waterbury Green. Not an official event yet, but we're going to host an event for my campaign ad. So it will be a great opportunity for everyone in Waterbury, or if you don't live in Waterbury and you want to come meet me anyways, come to Waterbury Green. It's from 2 to 3:30, and we'll be walking down from Waterbury Green to all the way to...
What day is this again?
July 9th.
Okay, July 9th, 2 to
3:30.
2 to 3:30 at the Waterbury Green.
Yeah.
You will be there.
Yep.
Your mom, I presume, is going to... No,
Nope.
Mom's? No.
Nope.
Oh, Mom has to work.
Stepdad will be
Okay.
there.
All right. Well, stepdad Charles will be there. Okay. Big up to Charles. I don't give him a lot of love because he's so behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But he seems like the kind of guy that likes to be behind the scenes. He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be out.
Doesn't
and
be
about,
out there.
no. He wants to be like, okay, you want to do this? I'm gonna send you.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be seen.
He seems like the type of person that will say, "I'll drive you to that event." Okay,
yeah,
good enough. But big up to Charles. We love him. He was great when he came here.
So one thing that Sophia did recently is where she scheduled an event for me to meet the owner of Dominic and Pia's.
Okay,
a family-owned shop, pizza shop there in Waterbury. So we went, we spoke, and he laid it on me. He's like, "This is what I want you to do," and he's like, "I want you to fix the light bulbs." And it's not getting safe. And it's too dark.
Okay.
Downtown.
Okay.
When it's night,
fix the light bulbs on the streets. Yeah, that's a big problem in Waterbury.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Even I'm complaining about that when I drive through there and I go, yo, you know what's one of the biggest complaints, TJ? I don't know if you know this. Somebody told me this, that I think Connecticut is considered one of the darkest states.
Yeah.
Like at night, there's not a lot of streetlights around. That's important. Not that, I hate the crap on Waterbury because, what's his name? DM Livingston of Waterbury Times says that, people spend so much time, downing, as he puts it, Waterbury, but not uplifting it as he's trying to do. But one of the things that would really be helpful are bright lights. Yeah. It would make the neighborhood a little safer. It's hard to believe that if there are bright lights, people can see, dangers coming their way. Yeah. So that's a good campaign to have, to say, I want to fix that.
We want to just be like this. Okay, look, we know everyone does not like Waterbury. They're scared of going there. But you have to look at it like this. We have great people. We have hardworking families here. We just don't have real leadership in City Hall. And we have seen it year after year. We have seen the decline with the previous mayor, and now we're seeing the decline more here. He can claim, crime is down and so much is going down in downtown while businesses are leaving. There's shootings basically every other month, and families can't afford to stay here. Neither can seniors. So one thing me and my campaign is working on is our manifesto. It's like our plan on what we're going to do day by day. So it's our first 100 days. We're going to make sure we try to cap the annual tax increase by 3%. And that will basically, and anyone who's from Waterbury listens to this, that will save you $3 million a year just from capping it.
Just Waterbury alone.
Just Waterbury alone, just from capping it. And that idea came from Betsy McCoy. I love Betsy. She's like my favorite grandmother of politics.
I can see that. That makes sense.
She is a great woman. I met her, and I hope she does well for the rest of her career. But she gave me the idea. Cap the tax. Got it. How we're going to cap the tax? Cap the annual increase. The next thing we're going to do is freeze property taxes for seniors. Only seniors. If you're a senior, you're not going to have to pay property tax. Well, everyone else does in Waterbury. Why? Because you're getting priced out your home, and that's taking money away from your Social Security fund and your pension. So if we eliminate that, right, we eliminate your property tax, you don't have to worry about paying $400 or $500 more each year, which that is what's happening in Waterbury. Each year, the property tax rate and the annual tax rate of Waterbury goes up, even though the mill rate is down by 2%, well, 0.2%. It's not going to help anyone because we're seeing the decline every day. People are leaving. There's for sale signs in like every block you go to. Nobody can afford to stay here. Businesses are getting crushed. And someone asked me how we're going to pay for this. It's simple. We're cutting the red tape. We're going to fast forward permitting, and that will basically all the money we're missing out from the 3% cap and the property tax freeze will come from businesses. Businesses grow. More businesses come here. We attract more commercial development in Waterbury, which we have the space for. Downtown has the space. It's just empty, right? So we have the space for them. We have a mall. So I'm pretty sure we can have more businesses, right? We attract more commercial development, and that commercial development will basically broaden the tax base of Waterbury. And with broadening the tax base of Waterbury, people don't have to worry about having to pay the tab for the failures of not investing in businesses.
Okay, hold on. Mama Duarte, what the hell did you do to my TJ? I don't know this kid. This kid is like well-versed. He is all policy.
It's thanks to Roseanne giving me some tips at the convention and at the debate. with Betsy McCoy and Ryan Fazio.
My wife did this?
Yeah. She said I need to stop saying every time and be calm and composed and just look at the person while talking and know what I'm speaking about.
Okay, be quiet. Okay. Let me give my wife some props here. All right, Jonathan DeBarros is on the line. I'm not going to pick him up. I'm going to put him on hold. Just hold on for a second, because Jonathan, he thinks I'm never going to say it. I just need to get to you first. I am. Jonathan, I'll take his call in a second. He's over here stealing your thunder. Jonathan, I'm going to keep you on hold until the next break, but I'm waiting to tell everybody because, again, this is the most important hour, okay? This is the most important hour of talk radio, especially the drive time, okay? Now, I'm going to do something that the last time I did actually turned out to be fantastic, and somebody went home crying. Oh. So I'm going to try it again, and I'm just going to put it out there. Jonathan DeBarros and many of his supporters and many people in the Republican Party won a debate between Jonathan and Chris Shea. The debate, they want hosted by yours truly, Reese, on the radio. Now, I thought about this, and everybody was talking about it. I never responded. I saw it. People were tagging me in it. I didn't say anything, and there was something about it that I just said, I don't know if I want to do this. Why do I want to do this? Why would I? And then the convention happened. And then I had Jonathan DeBarros here. And then I had Chris Shea here. And then I thought about it some more. And then something weird happened. I'm at the Yard Goats game. And a man walks up to me, who I think was a plant, walked up to me at the Yard Goats game, and he said, Reese, he recognizes me. Reese, shakes my hand. Hey, man, I love you. I love the show. He goes, I got to ask you one question. I hope you'll take it. And I went, yeah, sure, anything. He goes, Chris Shea, Jonathan DeBarros, will you host it? Are you going to do it? And I went, I don't remember anybody asking me. I was putting it online. Okay. You strong-armed me. You pestered me. I'll do it. But one condition. It's got to be a week before the primary. 7 days before August 11th. I will talk to the folks at Stadium 15. My friend Dana Fortin, who I know is either on vacation or he might be listening, but he might be on vacation. If they are willing to do it, I will have that debate there. It will be me, Jonathan DeBarros, and Chris Shea. But you have to call me up and say that you will do it in order for it to happen. So, Chris Shea, you know the number here, and Jonathan DeBarros is on hold. Jonathan, you've heard me put it out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Reese. I appreciate it. And young TJ, I'm so proud of you. You're a legend. You're a legend before your time, brother.
Thank you.
Chris Shea, it's time for you to meet Tim Baker on the debate stage, because trust me, if you can't handle me, you definitely can't handle that black woman, Johanna Hayes. I know how to deal with her. I was raised by black women.
Okay. All right, Jonathan. Jeez. You have to be that volatile. Okay. So you are committing a week before August 11th, a debate, yourself, Chris Shea, Reese on the radio hosting Stadium 15.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go.
You're
Let's
committing. All right. You have it there, Chris Shea. I guess the ball is in your court on whether or not you will or you won't. If you don't want to, that's also, you can tell me that privately. You know how to get in touch with me. Jonathan, okay, I did what I said I was going to do. You trust me now?
Hey, I knew you was going to get it done. Listen, I got a lot of people pulling me all types of directions, but listen, I'm telling you right now, we're going to get this thing done. Everybody get behind me. We're going to flip the 5th district. We're going to win the governorship. I'm going to have Ryan Fazio at the Jamaican restaurant on Park Street in Hartford eating a beef patty. Let's get it done.
Who thought winning an election took a Jamaican beef patty? But you know what?
Hey,
Stranger
man.
things have happened.
Hey, I'm going to have him right in the hood. Let's get it done.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro.
You got it. Jonathan DeBarros, ladies and gentlemen, he is always an interesting character. When we come back, I want to talk to a little bit about Sophia, a young person getting into politics. Folks, you do not understand how important it is to get our young people involved with the things that are going to affect them in the future. This young lady had, I'll say, the audacity to get a part of a campaign and come down here. You've been a good sport. I hope I'm joking, young tongue in cheek, but I'm really, really happy to see you here working with him. To listen to him now, from where he was a month ago, night and day. I don't even recognize this kid anymore. I don't. But I mean that in a good way. I'm really, really positive. So I'm absolutely enthusiastic about talking to you about getting into this and what brought you here. So when we come back, more with TJ Duarte and Xavier. Yes. Sophia Xavier. I just met you. I don't remember everybody's name. My wife gets on my case about that too. We'll talk more with them when we return, so stand by for that. Mark Christopher is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. He has your traffic, sir.
The Odyssey app lets you jump back to the moments you missed from WTIC News Talk 1080. Download the free Odyssey app, search WTIC News Talk 1080, and tap earlier today to get started.
This is the part of the show that I usually reserve for Roseanne, but we have breaking news.
Now, what have we learned? What have we learned?
What have we learned from this little fable?
So what have we learned if nothing else, children?
So what have we learned, huh? So what have we learned from that?
So what have we learned here today?
What have we learned so far?
Senator Richard Blumenthal, Representative John Larson, please do not show your face in and around West Hartford talking any nonsense about ICE detentions for a little while. Take a break. Take a beat. There's an important reason why I do what I do so well. And that's because, for some odd reason, God has been kind enough for me to be patient, to teach me patience. Because all it takes is a minute or two after taking a breather to find out that the exact question I asked you at the beginning of the press conference, what was he detained for? And you guys told us we don't know. But you painted the ICE detainers as villains. The Department of Homeland Security identified the man as Saeed, I can't pronounce his last name, describing him as a criminal illegal from Montenegro with previous DUI convictions, DHS said. He illegally entered the country on March 21st, 1997, using a fraudulent passport belonging to a Dutch national. According to DHS, a Justice Department immigration judge issued him a final order of removal in September of 1997. DHS said he departed the United States for Serbia in July of 2024 and returned about 2 weeks later on August 16th of 2024 during the Biden administration and was released back into the country despite the removal order. ICE arrested him on June 20th, according to DHS. DHS said it was working to remove individuals like him from the country. He has made a mockery of our immigration system, DHS said. Under President Trump, criminal illegal aliens are not welcome in this country. You told us that he didn't do anything wrong. You lied. And I'm going to hold you to it. See you out there. Let's get a check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's back. He's at the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is. You know who it is. You know who it is. It's Reese on the radio. Frederick Douglass of the 21st century.
It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
We are about to get up out of here. I hope I have everybody's microphones up. TJ Duarte is here, of course, running for Waterbury mayor in 2027. TJ, by the way, fantastic job. I'm very impressed with you, young man, and thank you for taking my wife's advice. Some of us have to, because I won't. Figured it's you, not me. But I want to talk a little bit to Sophia, young lady who got involved in politics. Are you politically, involved in any way? Or do you, what was your interest in joining this campaign, aside from being friends with them at school?
I mean, I don't really do much in the community. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. I never did much in the community in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so when given the opportunity, I was like, you know what the heck, let's do it. He seems like a good kid. I first met him, I want to say when I was in 7th grade. And it was it's a very minor thing, but you can see in him that he holds a good leadership. He has when not talking in a way that I am right now, he can speak out pretty well. I don't fully know the reason at the moment.
But I totally understand. But because there are people that we could be sort of around. You know, I was just saying behind the scenes, like guys like Adam and Gino. You know, these guys saw something that I was trying to do, and I don't even know if it attracted them to the mission or they saw something in it that they wanted to contribute. And is that fair to say that that's what happened with you and TJ? Is that he had something that you wanted to contribute? I want to be a part of whatever this is and to advance it. What's that been like? Like seeing him from where you said you've known him since he was, the 7th grade?
Yeah.
Right? So you've seen him mature to a degree, right? I guess that's fair to say. What would you say about him the reason why with that maturity that says, I want to see if I can help this guy become mayor?
Because he has really good views on things. And when sometimes he speaks nonsense to me because I'm still like getting a hold of this. This is like first time. He has good plans and he has a good execution to it. Mm-hmm. And then you look at what we have right now, and it's just a mess. And then sometimes when I ask him, hey, what would you do if this, and that, he has like a plan that makes sense, and that could probably cure it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You wanted to finish. No, the beauty of what you just said there is that you're asking him, and what you're doing is certifying your support of him, right? So in essence, you see something, you'll see an issue, and then you go to him and sort of like, it's sort of like throwing him on the deep end. You'll see an issue and you'll go, you know what? I saw this story, blah, 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 blah. If it were you, how would you handle it? Now go swim. And he'll come up with that. And if the answer is to your satisfaction, then you go, I'm in the right place. I know I can rely on him to be thoughtful to figure that stuff out. And you're hoping, if I'm getting this correct, you're hoping that he gets the opportunity to address those things that are important to you.
Yeah, of course.
What would you consider for young people? You're coming up in ages. You're going to have to leave high school, get a regular job if you don't go to college. That's usually the case for a lot of kids in Waterbury. I don't know about you, but I mean, a lot of kids are just going to have to immediately join the workforce, and we know that that's kind of desperate in the Waterbury area. What are the things that, like people your age or your peer group, what did they involve themselves with that isn't, SZA related? No, I'm kidding. No, just things that are, what things are the things that matter to them in Waterbury or the world?
Yeah. Well, from what I've seen, it's mostly just a safety precaution. I've talked to some people. One of them was on the news once. She had to, it wasn't like a ginormous thing, of course, but she had to switch her bus stop because there were no sidewalks for her to walk around. And it was just a pretty dangerous street. Things like that.
So infrastructure issues are important because Waterbury, as TJ pointed out, can be a dangerous place day or night. So even that sort of infrastructure, you don't have a sidewalk to stand on at a bus stop? Are you serious? Is it really that bad?
Yeah. We have been neglected so many times.
Hold on, I got to make sure.
I have
There you go. Sorry.
the streets now.
Yeah, we have been neglected so many times, and it's just crazy. And also, welcome to my godfather's radio station.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've already been considered the godfather. I signed no documents. There was no church ceremony. Isn't it supposed to be like a Catholic church thing where I go, oh, hey, hoo, ha, hoo, hey, hoo. Like I was supposed to do that. Oh, hey, hoo, ha, hoo. I don't get all that. I don't get the Latin. I don't get the Latin. We don't do all that. Okay, we just say Godfather. That's it. It's like, okay, ipso facto. Yep. So that's actually, no, it's inspiring to know that the kids get, well, of course you live there. So why wouldn't you be concerned about things like sidewalks? As simple as that. Does it ever frustrate you, Sophia, that, or kids for that matter, or people your age, they're just like, why can't they just fix stuff? Well, you can elaborate a little more than that.
Okay. Well, there's messes everywhere. If I were to walk around my house right now, you have a hill, no sidewalk whatsoever. You make it to a sidewalk, but for a good, actually, I can bring this back to winter.
Okay.
The sidewalks were all covered by the snow from the snowplow, and I I did almost slip and break my head. That was fun. Great.
You know it's the part that
town plot.
Do you know the part that bothered me? In that it's so interesting you say that. So in my apartment complex, we had snow like they had snow drifts, if you will, like they had plowed snow. Yeah. The snow didn't melt until May 12th. That's how much snow was here that accumulated. So you can't even get snow removal in your town?
There's snow removal, but it doesn't cover the sidewalks.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So in other words, the sidewalks are not sort of maintained. There's no one there to...
They never were.
So you have to walk in the street, which probably makes it even more dangerous. Yeah. Wow, that's a mess. You mentioned some stuff, TJ, about, I think it was DM Livingston, who's doing some reporting out there on, is it your opponent or your soon-to-be opponent?
Soon-to-be opponent. We're not sure what's happening. We're just we're watching and
give us a little background on that, if you could.
So, if you guys know, and I guess I can go publicly about this, if you guys know Dawn, don't know how to say her last name.
Okay.
But Dawn M., she was the candidate against the current mayor, Paul Panerewski, and she lost by 600 votes.
Okay.
Kudos to her. So, fast forward, Jonathan has problems with her.
Jonathan DeBarros.
Yes, Jonathan DeBarros has problems with her, and now DM has problems.
DM Livingston, sure.
Livingston has problems with her. So, one day, my mom sends me a message at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even awake. And she says, watch this. I'm like, okay. Wadbury Times. Love that guy. Sure. Then I seen the intro. I was like, he's like, Dear Dawn, let's walk through memory lane. And let's walk past our past and talk about the future. And I was like, okay. Is he endorsing her? Sure. Right? I was like, okay. Kept watching. It kept going. He's like, oh, you remember this office building? I stood right there when you had your nice fancy sign saying it's time. And I was like, okay, what's happening? Then he's like, oh, someone from your campaign told me that they said, oh, this guy, he's running for state Congress and he wants to get your endorsement and he wants to meet up with you. And you're like, and she's like, is he even registered to vote?
Oh.
Then the guy looked at the camera, and he said, she thinks people like me, tan people, aren't registered to vote.
Oh, wow.
So
she said that out loud?
To somebody in her campaign team, apparently, according to him. So I was like, okay. The video ended from there. Then he went across from City Hall, and he went on the street by where the departments are. And the mayor's office is on that building right there. So if you look, there's a road, the mayor's office, and the street that he's standing on right there.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, oh no, you guys can go. Dawn is not coming. Dawn is not going to walk there.
That's horrible.
And then he looked right there. And he's like, hey, Dawn, this is how close you're going to get to City Hall. Maybe this is too far, so he backed up more. And he's like, this is how far you're going to go.
So now DM Livingston obviously has a problem with this woman because of the racial nature of her statement about somebody with brown skin not being registered to vote. He deems that is racist.
Yeah.
And that's, well, you remember my video with Ned Lamont about people of color, right?
Yes,
yeah. So, yeah. It is a classic thing happening in most of these Democrat strongholds. They usually reveal themselves as the bigots that they are. So is this individual going to be your primary opponent or no?
So, one, I'm hoping to win the conservative vote. That's one thing. So she would be if you're talking about conservatives, yes.
Okay. So in essence, if there were, you would have to qualify for a primary with her.
I won't be running as a Republican. I'll be running as an independent.
Okay. That's fine. So, and are you doing a petition vote?
Yes.
You're doing a petition. I'm sorry. It is a petition candidacy, I should say.
So I'll be running and I'll be, so the official start date for me to get all the signatures is January 2nd.
How many signatures do you need?
I believe 1,200. I believe.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So I got to contact the city clerk because it goes by of how much votes difference from the last election.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would have to contact her and.
When are you going to start that? Like
the signatures?
Yeah.
I'll be starting it. Well, I'll be starting getting the papers this month. I want the papers now. I want it in my hands.
When you say this month, mean June or July?
July.
Okay, next month.
Yeah. So I'm waiting. Again, we're waiting for DC stuff to be over. Hint, hint, mother. We're waiting for DC to be over. And we're waiting for that all to be done. And then.
For those of you trying to figure out what he's saying with hint, hint, mother, he's saying, Mom, are we going to D.C.? She hasn't made a decision yet. Is that why he's saying it? No? That's not why? What is the hint, hint? Are you going?
He wants to go.
Because you're going.
Right.
He's been asking to go.
Yeah.
So I'm already made plans. We want to be with family.
Oh, be with family. You
We're
don't need.
always with them.
Wow.
They get the rent a car. You set them down with Reese and Rose.
No, we're not. Okay, you're now inviting people. Some manager he is. Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
So, all right, the whole DC thing, we're waiting for that to be over. And then after that's done, we're going to try to get the papers in our hands.
Okay.
Right? We already know this is going to be a tough back and forth of emailing and calling the mayor's office and all that, the city clerk and all that, just to get the papers. We already know a few Board of Alderman members came up to me already. Mm-hmm. One of them said, and they're running for state Congress, and they called me bold for what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's Mike Gasso, yeah.
Yeah.
He said that about me, and then I had another state Board of Alderman. He's the one that is the progressive side of the Democrats, and he's like, keep up what you're doing.
Yeah.
So we're already getting some name recognition out here in
That's good.
City Hall. But one thing I'm going to tell everyone in Waterbury, they're going to start looking at everyone who's supporting me a little more differently than everyone else.
Of course.
Because they're like, you're supporting a kid who doesn't. You're supporting a kid.
Hey, there are plenty of people who become mayors at 17, my friend, and even 18. So it's not exactly the most insane thing that's ever happened.
There's a lot of.
Hey, listen to me. One town elected a cat. Okay? Yeah, exactly. And to be honest with you, his first campaign promise were for more litter boxes. So, if he had a shot and won, you're fine. You're fine in Waterbury.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I got to wrap up, but I appreciate, of course, you being here. Of course, you'll be here next month. Future So Bright is something we do here every month. We are watching your campaign. We are watching your growth. In politics, I think this is an important thing because people need to see young people in this space.
Yeah.
I think it's important to us, especially in Connecticut and across the country, to see young people getting involved in civics. This is, for you, this is a trial by fire. This is outside the classroom, Civics 101.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of faith in you. Sophia, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being a part of his campaign and doing this. I can't wait to see you out there. And look, you think about this, okay? You're a young person. Imagine you get to be the person that forged the campaign that is T.J. Duarte, mayor of Waterbury. People are going to start looking after you and looking at you and saying, how can we get you to help us? And this could be a political career that could be beyond. This is be one of those things you said earlier, can be the avenue of opportunity that you never thought of before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really have faith in that. So I thank you for coming by and being a part of it. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
You could have said, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's all right. We got to get up out of here. As I always say, radio is free. So we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your mind. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning. So plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the radio. You have a good night, a pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you back here at 2 p.m. Mañana. Mark Christopher. See, I know Spanish.